Alright, so I am vlogging Ezekiel, the book from the Bible. And so yeah, I started reading Ezekiel and I was instantly drawn in because the book is in third person, so I immediately get to kind of be in the perspective of Ezekiel and what he is writing. I guess I kind of picture this as Ezekiel's writing his own notes. He's writing his own story. I don't know if he had a scribe or something, but the whole book of Ezekiel seems to be in third person. And I think that was kind of ironic because not all the books in the Bible are like that. A lot of books are telling a story from their point of view, looking at somebody else's, not them talking about themselves in like a third person kind of point of view. As the book proceeded, like instantly I felt that it kind of jumped right at me. Ezekiel was face to face with a huge storm, and he was just kind of walking, and four creatures came out of the clouds, and there was a big throne and like a big explosion, and he heard the voice of the Lord, and he dropped to his knees. And I kind of picture this as like the scene of a big rock concert where, you know, everybody's out there waiting, and there's kind of a grumble, and then all of a sudden the band starts to come out, and you start to hear music, and it starts to become, you know, your adrenaline starts to pump, and it's just kind of a cool feeling. So I kind of figure that as how, you know, maybe Ezekiel was feeling at that point. And after I read that story, I was really excited to keep reading, like, the book. I was so excited. I was like, this is going to be a sweet book. And then instantly I realized that the book starts repeating itself over and over and over again. Like, every chapter starts off and says, you know, the sovereign Lord came to me and said this. The sovereign Lord came to me and said that. And I think that as a reader, personally, I took that as it was very boring. It was hard to get into the book, whereas Genesis was a story of creation, like a children's storybook. Ezekiel is more of like notes, or kind of a personal feeling, I guess. Just the way that the whole book was set out, I didn't really agree with it, because it definitely lost my attention as a reader. And I think to even fully understand the whole book of Ezekiel, you have to have a microscope and read all of the fine print and understand what's going on. And so as I kind of mustered my way through Ezekiel, even though it was boring, I still kept reading, and I found that some parts were interesting, and Ezekiel, you know, had his own temple, and it kind of went in for several pages of in-depth of what his temple was like, and all the different caverns and doors and everything that you could possibly imagine is in this temple. And so I thought that was kind of interesting. And then basically the book of Ezekiel ended, and there was nothing that I really liked. I mean, there wasn't any big huge battles, there wasn't war scenes. It was all just the sovereign Lord came to Ezekiel. So the book of Ezekiel was very disappointing and kind of plain. I didn't like it at all.